Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Let's Talk Networking. I'm Terilee Harrison. So excited to be here with my special guest, America's Supermom, LaChelle Adkins. LaChelle, welcome.
Hey, I'm glad to finally see my twin. It's been a long time. Haven't seen her in a while.
Y'all I know it's been quite a while. Y'all don't know we're twins, and I'm sure you're wondering. We are birthday twins. We are birthday twins. And so it has been a little while. So I was so excited to catch up with you today. And I think I don't know. I feel like you are so well known in the networking world, but I think it's possible that there's people that may not know you yet. So if it's all right, I'll introduce you a little more formally. Does that sound good?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So LaChelle, let's just get this out of the gate for y'all. So LaChelle is known as America's Supermom, and the reason is because she has 15 children. So let's pause there for a minute. Okay, so now that you've let that sink in, you can just imagine how actually stunning and extraordinary her life is and how busy it is, right? But the thing about LaChelle is she's one of the greatest gifted communicators that I've met in networking. She is, when Clubhouse came out, I was like, you've got to get on here. This is for you. You've got to get on here. But podcasting, speaking, I know she loves Clubhouse, and some of the things she's passionate about is mental health, mental wellness, marketing, mindset, and of course she can speak on family, right? Of course, right? So there are many things that LaChelle is passionate about, and so I'm so delighted to have her here as we focus on. I would love us to talk about just even like podcasting and how it fits in with our networking, clubhousing and how it fits in with our networking. And LaChelle, have you seen the little teasers that LinkedIn is going to be coming out with a Clubhouse like tool in it? Have you heard that?
Yeah, I have heard about it, but I haven't seen anything yet.
I haven't seen it yet. And the minute I see it, I'll be like, LaChelle, it's time. Yeah, I'll be like, hello.
Just like you did with Clubhouse. I was like, oh, you kept telling me about Clubhouse. I was like, I don't have time for that, but yeah, you definitely knew it was something that
something for you, man. Something for you, yes. But let's talk about just because if we might look at our networking efforts and not think that like podcasting and some of these things can be part of them, but it's so not true. There's that tie-in. And so talk to us a little bit about like your podcast, how you work that podcast into building and growing your network. Just share with us like some of that journey. We would love to hear.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, yeah, I started out with the podcast. Really, it was voice memos that I would send to my clients. So just like aha moments. And I had an intern who was helping me do some work, going through Facebook Lives and things like that. And so he was like, you can do these voice memos. You can transfer them into being a podcast. So that's how I originally got started. And then during Corona, when it first started, I wanted to inspire other business owners to have hope because everybody was just so disgruntled about the industries and how things were changing. And so I wanted people to kind of realize, man, I have certain skills and I can monetize them. And so that's kind of how it started. And now that was an audio platform and now it's on YouTube. So it's a great way for businesses to be highlighted, to network, to kind of raise their confidence about how to even position themselves in the industry. Because a lot of people think, oh, I'm kind of nervous about a podcast. I don't know what to say. But it's a great safe space where people can really shine in their industry and kind of have people see the behind the scenes of what life is like for them, to increase their ability to be likable to their potential client.
Yes. I have been podcasting off and on now since like 2006. That's quite a while. And oh my gosh, if I just would have stayed with one show and one topic and never deviated and didn't like imagine the audience I could possibly have if I would have been consistent with it. So lesson there for everyone, right? But isn't there something in networking regarding like social currency of hey, I'm looking for a guest for my podcast. So talk to us a little bit about that. Like, I've seen you show up on a Zoom and say, hey, I have, if you'd like to be a guest on my podcast, let me know. And I've seen the chat go. So talk to us a little bit about that and our ability to build relationships.
Yes. So me, I have a busy life. We have 10 of our kids that are at home. So, throughout the year, it was 9. Now it's 10. We had one move back home because she's trying to get a different apartment. But it is great as a lead magnet. You can capture anybody's email. You can get bio information, headshots, and use that as leverage so that you can make deeper connections. So if you get someone's bio, just skimming over the bio to find out who are they attached to, what social media platforms are they on, so that you can have different avenues to even market the podcast once it's produced.
I think there's that element of no one says if you have them on their podcast that they have to owe you anything. But yet what I do believe is that there's that reciprocation of they always will remember you. And if they ever have an opportunity to make a connection for you, make a referral for you, do something good for you, right? I think that they like to. Have you found that to be true?
So true. And I think another thing is if you're organized with graphics or anything to promote the podcast, if you're sending it to them ahead of time, people are just going to copy and paste it. They're just going to send it on because it's like, they've already sent me this graphic, and it's just something that the thing about getting the headshot is making sure that it's a photo they like, because they're going to send it they like, so they're going to be more prone to share that graphic with their audiences.
Yes, of course. That's so good. That's so good. Okay, so anything else on podcasting before we move into Clubhouse a little bit?
So much on podcasting. We could do a whole hour on podcasting.
But listen, for our audience, it almost scares me. Like if she didn't have 10 kids and we had no appointments coming, it almost scares me how long we could probably just keep chatting. But
definitely repurposing, right?
Oh, yes.
The information that you use in the podcast, you can use that. We are MV team, so we have to do presentations, right? So the content you can create slides for, and you can use that as a presentation, depending on what the topic is, if it really relates to your industry or whatever. So the more you can think about how you can make more lead magnets or different things out of the podcast, you can create a webinar. You could say, hey, we took a few minutes in this topic, but I would like to host a Zoom. Why don't you watch the podcast and get some questions, and we'll meet and have a half an hour call or something. So many different things you can do. It's all about how you market it.
So many that you can do. Yes. And I just think it really builds our credibility, even whether a podcast host or a podcast guest. The more that we can be speaking to the masses, the more, if you get invited to be on a live stream just like this, do it, right? We just don't know who's going to see it, who's going to make connections. We just don't know. So it's all about
one golden nugget. And this is what I'm going to leave you with for the podcast.
Okay.
If you go on YouTube, it doesn't matter. You can use any video, whether it's your video, you're on the video, you can create a transcript from the YouTube for free. They do it. You copy and paste it. You can write an article for LinkedIn, which is good in SEO, and put it in your profile.
Okay, there you go. That was your thing, everybody.
Yes.
And it is about repurposing. It is about repurposing, right? Right. I keep here right now. So LaChelle, I think if you are busy, so it's possible you've missed it, and that's no big deal. Okay. I've been going live every day now since June 1st, and I'm doing it all summer long. Oh yeah, you've been around. Yeah. But like over here is like some of the things I teach is they're printed in outlines, and they're just here, and like you can just grab anything and repurpose it, right?
Absolutely.
And just so I have my handy thing, and it just keeps increasing. The more content, the more you share, the more you realize all the things you can actually be talking about. Because at first, when I thought I had to go 3 months in a row of content, 90 days, I was like, oh, what am I going to say? But we do have the opportunity to have some guests. Do have the opportunity, but I was like, no, there's plenty to say, as you know.
Plenty. And you have a catalog of so much stuff that even through B Team, through our archives, I mean, you've got bunch of content.
I know. I went back there. I went back there. I was like, I have series after series after series. All is well, everyone.
And your book. I mean,
yes, it's all good.
You could do a quote. That's a pod. I mean, that's a live talking about the quote, right?
It is. This week, if other than talking to you, I'm talking about some like networking resources for business owners, some tools that I use. And so there's always things. There's always things.
Always.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now I must confess, as we move into Clubhouse, I haven't been on Clubhouse in quite a while, but that can change. Mm-hmm. So there might be other people that went in the beginning and have, oh no.
Did we freeze? Okay, I think she froze. So I am going to go on with the Clubhouse. I think she was asking, what are some things that we can do on Clubhouse as a form of networking? And it is a great place to go through the hallways. That's what they call it, through the different rooms that come up, and find the topics that really resonate with you. If you're interested in real estate, if you're a realtor, there are so many different topics related to how to know your target audience. I mean, there's a plethora of different titles that you can actually be led into when it goes to being on Clubhouse. So Clubhouse is a great place to kind of find your niche, find out who it is that really resonates with you, and plan accordingly with that. So, finding those people that really, I don't know if it's realtors, if it is parenting, whatever topic that it may be, just put it in the search engine and those type of rooms will come up for you. Yeah, I just kind of took over for a minute. I saw you.
I thought it was you.
AWOL.
But my computer is totally plugged in. I just don't know what happened, but I'll figure it out later. Before I left, did you hear me go, oh no?
I heard you say that. So then I was waiting and I was like, okay, well, she's frozen. That's one of the things I like about StreamYard, though.
Yeah.
It just keeps on going when the guest goes away. So if you're confident being on video, then you can just keep on going. That's happened to me with guests before too. I left the scene and they just kept on going. So, you got to be ready. Never know what can happen with us, right?
And you never what the wrong with my computer. But anyway, all good. So I have no idea what you just said about Clubhouse, but tell us more.
Yes, well, I was just talking about how you can search certain topics through Clubhouse. So those are some of the rooms that you could find. You can host your own room. It's a great place to network and just even listening to get content, going in these rooms and asking questions so that you know what type of things to post or certain programs to offer your own client base. I mean, it's just so much information that you can get from there. But I think it's creating a balance between information and implementation. So often we just kind of get all this information and then we don't do anything with it.
It's so true. So I do have one question. Not having been there for a little while. Are people still like not recording at all?
People are recording now.
Oh, well then Terilee will go in. I think that's one thing. I can appreciate FOMO just like anybody else, but sometimes there's so much gold inside of those rooms that are dropped, and it's like I would like to share that with other people, right? Yes. So okay, that's good to know. So anything you want to share specifically about that for anyone else that's like, oh, that's good to know.
And a lot of the clubs, so like you have certain rooms that are associated with certain clubs where they do take notes. Some of them have VAs that are there on site. And so everything that the room discusses, they put in notes so you can get on their email list and they can provide the notes for you.
Okay. All right. It's
Mm-hmm.
good thing you're here today so I can get the lowdown. We can all get the lowdown so that we can go. Adil is with us, and Adil
Hey, Adil.
Adil has an Android phone, so he is just new to Clubhouse. I don't know if he's ventured in yet.
I've seen him in some rooms. Yeah.
Oh, see.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, I'll go back in because that was a few of the things I was like, the one thing I do appreciate about Clubhouse, so also is, we're so tied. Like, look what happens. I was gone, right? But tied to when we're tied to the screen on a Zoom, right? Versus able to be a little more mobile and just listen in and go for that walk or whatever you want to do. I like being able to take my phone with me and listen in. Oh, Adil says he's exploring Clubhouse these days. So yes.
I think one of the things I like that element of it. However, it depends. If you're an active listener, I'm on there strategizing. That's just something I'm always doing. I'm trying to get that celebrity guest or whoever to be on the podcast. So I do take notes and I do try to be engaged because you have these moments that are very organic that you can't get back. And it's those moments where you have a platform to say something and you want it to have some impact. So sometimes if you're distracted doing other things, you miss those golden opportunities. And as a result of being able to do those, I've been on even more stages. I've been on stage with Grant Cardone a couple of times. However, haven't really had a chance to secure him as a guest, but getting into conversation and asking questions, I've had that. So you want to make sure that you're able to, take those opportunities seriously because you never know where they could lead.
Okay. That's very powerful. What you just shared. Very powerful what you just shared. So if we were to wrap up Clubhouse in a bow, what would be the top couple things you would like to say to us about like our networking and the opportunities available on Clubhouse?
There's so much gold that they give you for free. So like, knowing the hallways. So like you can scroll through the hallways and see who's having a room. So for example, let's say you decide you only want to be on there an hour a day. You have a room, you're in a room, you can spend some time before you go in that room, scroll the hallways. Hey, saw that you were on Clubhouse in this room, didn't get a chance to join you. Would love to get together on a call if you could give me some of the highlights or something, right? For people that you may want to connect with. When people ping you in rooms, let's say you're in a room you don't want to leave, but you can follow up on those pings. Hey, I was in another room, I had to moderate or whatever the story is. Would love to get together on a call, to kind of go over the highlights. So you want to kind of use those opportunities to get people off the platform or provide lead magnets. I had somebody who I was doing a presentation offline and they had invited me to be in one of their rooms. And I said, well, I'm sorry, I got a presentation about Clubhouse. And I had made some slides and they were like, oh, can we have the slides? So, it's a great opportunity to create lead magnets. So much that you can do, with just being reciprocal of some of these invitations, just following up with them, because most of the time when people are pinging people, they're being directed from the stage to do so. Hey, this is a great room. Ping some people in. They're not thinking about who they're pinging in. So when you go back later on and respond, you're going to be standing out because they forgot who they pinged and they probably went in 2 or 3 other rooms and did the same thing. So you stand out and it's something that's not generated by you. They initiated this conversation by pinging you in the first place. So just following up. Follow up is always key.
Oh, following up is it.
Mm-hmm.
Up is it. Tell me, this has been really great talking about podcasting and clubhousing with you. If you had any
call to action today for our audience who are wanting to connect with you, what would you, where do you want to direct them, and how can they help you, or how can you serve them?
Yeah, I would say, reaching out to me, love being a part of V Team. I think it's a great place to, even that is a great way to create a larger network. We have the ability to host our meetings and invite guests, and, being part of a way that you can get on even different Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, Pinterest, whatever it is, you could invite people to your chapter and find ways to connect with them. I mean, this is a great way for them to be in a setting where there's more people with different genres of industries, and they don't feel the pressure of, oh, she wants me to get in a one-on-one because she's going to try to sell me something. You're really extending an opportunity for them to build their network. Hey, I would love to connect with you, kind of hear what you do. Come and join my, referral network, just for a call. It's an hour. We meet some great people, and you have access to them to follow up later on. I mean, it's a great lead magnet. Okay. I'm all about exercising and using a lot of the resources that we have just in our own business that can really help move the needle forward for us.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would love to chat with you anytime we can. I always, LaChelle, like I said, she's one of the most gifted communicators that I know, and her network just continues to grow and grow and grow through all the opportunities that not only she extends to others, but that she says yes to in her life. Hey, I gave you a shout out on LinkedIn in recent weeks, and my LinkedIn Live, I was talking about the big ask and telling how you asked to collaborate with Oprah and Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yes, I love that.
You got your LinkedIn shout out recently, so it's all
We're
good.
waiting. And I love, today we had our guests who came that are in Georgia that are doing the franchise.
Yes.
So that's awesome. So that's going to actually be a live part of V Team, right? I mean, in person. What am I saying?
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to try to get a one-on-one with them. I think that'd be great, because a lot of growth here in Georgia. We're like the new Hollywood when it comes to movies and films and things like that. So yeah, I think it'd be a great time for people to get involved with V Team.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Excellent. I just realized they were going to come to a meeting I was at yesterday, and that didn't work out. So I'm glad they came. I'm glad. I just realized, like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thanks for taking over. I have to see what's the matter with my computer now. Yes, I tried. If I would have never got back on, I know you would have just handled it and taken care of it. So all good.
Well, thank you. Yes, it's been great catching up. I'm looking forward to, I got to get over there and go shopping, right?
Or I'm coming shopping.
Yeah.
At my favorite high-end stores, Target.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes. Yeah. Got it.
I love it. Yeah.
So I'm going to thank our audience. Thanks for, and thank you, Adele, if you're still here. I just want to wish everyone a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow on the next edition of Let's Talk Networking. Our closing quote for our series is, when you have figured out what it is you want to ask for, do it with boldness, confidence, and certainty. So everyone, make it a great rest of your day or evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, LaChelle.
Bye, everybody.